Hello, welcome everybody. My name is Hector Rivas. In this lesson, we are going to dive into callouts, putting instructions in your master animated scene or your game level. Remember that as you guys are working on this project, you guys are the master architects. You guys are not only creating the content, but you guys are designing it. You're leading the pack. You are a team leader here. So you want people, when they look at this file, whether it's an animated scene or a game level, you want multiple people to, when they look at it, they understand it and they know what part they must do because you are directing it in a way. So let me show you how to do callouts and what callouts look like. So first of all, let me show you some examples and then let's do it. So student examples. This is Stephen Kim, and this. Let me see. Can I bring up layers? Okay, so his project is nice and organized, and so if I go here to his layers, there's one layer called callouts here. I see. Okay, so he has character bios too, but he's got the callouts here. All right, so if I look at the callouts, just the callouts, you see that he is putting in a lot of information there. He is talking to different people about different things so they can work on his video game. So when I say different people, I mean like sound engineers. Maybe he wants a specific sound, or maybe he's talking to animators. Like I want this animated this way, because eventually when you create projects like this, you're going to get a team assigned to it, or you may be a team member, or you might be directing the team. Regardless, there's multiple people that are working on a game, and so it gets divvied up into different people with different expertise, like the sound engineering. They may say, you may want to have a call out that says, I want like this roaring, cascading sound of this great waterfall. Or you might have the sound engineer say something like, or directions, you want to give them directions, say, I want this epic theme song throughout this whole game level, except that when he finally fights the big boss, maybe the song turns a little bit more ominous and it starts to speed up. So these are called callouts, explanations, or directions. So I'm going to show you how to do that. But let me show you some examples first, some more examples. So here is this one. Catherine's, she has less direction, but it's here. This is her callouts. And then that's another game level, but here's an animated scene, and there's also callouts here. I think I grabbed a file that was in progress. I didn't get the final one because the layers, you see here, it's only layer 1, layer 2. It's not labeled properly, and I remember her labeling everything correctly. So, but regardless, callouts are there. So now I'm going to show you how to create them. Okay, so follow along with me. You can pause the video whenever you want. That way we can do it together. So create an 8.5 by 11. Step 1. Step 2. Go to your type tool. And click on the top. Let's do one for an animated scene. Just follow me, for a game level, and then we'll tweak it for the animated scene. The animated scene, it has less callouts, but you're still talking to people and you're still directing it. So you're going to use the same template. So follow along, and then we'll just tweak it for the animated scene. Okay, so first person or group of people that you're going to talk to are your animators. So I would say, go ahead and type in animators. Semicolon, and then you say, please animate the following, semicolon. So what items do you want to animate? So let's pretend that this call out is for your main character. Okay, so in fact let's just do Catherine's here. And let's pretend the call out is for this guy here. Let me see if I can. Which is her main character, which is kind of interesting because she ran a Pisco through it to make it look like pixel-based art, although this is a Photoshop that she started, and then she turned it into this, like, what is it, 64 or 88-bit art. Okay, so we're gonna do a call out to this character. And maybe we can give this character a name. So let's format this correctly. Let's give him a name. So let's call him, I don't know. He looks like a Z to me. So I'm gonna say Z. All right, so Z for Z. Animators, please animate the following items. Please animate the following. 1. I don't have to give it numbers. Maybe I'll just give it bullet points. To do a bullet point, you hit Option 8 on your keyboard. Option 8. Okay, so let's animate the following. Walk. Run. Jump. Sword attack. What else? Maybe a duck. Like as in you're ducking. Let's see. Maybe a double jump. Maybe a shield defense. What else, guys? What can you think of? Oh, you know what's a good one? An idle one, like when it's not doing anything. What about a death cycle, like when it gets killed? And if you have a death cycle, what about when it respawns, like when it comes back? And if you have like a specific like attack, like a, I don't know if you want to call it helicopter sword attack. So when you press a 2-letter combination or a 2-button combination, it does this helicopter sword attack. So you come up with all the animation that needs to happen for this character. And the animators are going to read this and they're going to say, oh, okay, yeah, great, I got this. I know exactly, I have some ideas. If you have the art director for this project, because it's your baby, it's your game, if you have if you want to give them more direction here, you're welcome to. Like maybe in parentheses you can say, think Zelda, you know, and maybe a specific version like Generation 4, or think Zelda, or like you can say get inspiration from Zelda, and maybe you went to a specific kind of game. I think it's best sometimes when you don't give them that direction and you let the animators do their magic. And if you don't give them that direction, and they have freedom of direction, a creative license, and they can do whatever they want. But again, if you have a specific vision, you can go ahead and type it here. Aside from animators, the next person you're going to talk to are programmers. Programmers, does it have a double M? I don't think so. programmers, please program the following. And this is where you can be specific. Like if it's a online massive role-playing game and you want the keyboards, you want specific keys, you can say left arrow equals walk left. And you can say let's say space bar equals jump. And then you can give it combinations, right? You can, it doesn't have to be keys, but you can say if it's a Nintendo game, maybe, or if it's a PlayStation game, you can say X plus square, or Y, or equals, and you can say helicopter sword attack. And you, so on and so forth. You can go ahead and lay it out. What I'm looking for is not a full, complete, flushed out list of everything that needs to be programmed and animated on this particular game or animated scene. What I'm looking for is that you can do it. So you don't have to do a ton of it. Just show me that you can do it. But since you're already here and you're thinking about it, and you may next semester, you may want to take the gaming class and you want to actually get it produced, it would be great for you to have all of this completed already. So when you walk into the class, then you can show this, and students, when you get paired up with the group, you can show that your game's already kind of designed. So it's a matter of just building it. And then people are going to love that. All right, so after programmers, then the next person you want to speak to are sound engineers. And then you're going to say, please create the following sounds. And then you can say, so maybe a sword swipe sound, or a jump swoosh sound, or maybe a respawning. Like what items do you want to have a sound for this particular character? Maybe when he walks, he does this. You know, one of the cool things is that maybe you want a hero theme song that follows him. And then again, if you have a specific direction here, maybe you can say something like, think Scott Pilgrim video game, or get inspiration from this, or make it Mario-ish. You know, whatever it is that you want for direction, it's you. What you want is to be as clear as possible, so they don't come back to you and like, what do you mean with this? Or instead, they come back to you and say, like, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. I have this great idea. Let me put this together and email you a sample. And then you can listen to it and you say, yes, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, once you have this, now it's a matter of making it look pretty. You can create, I'm going to create a rounded rectangle. So I'm going to create this, And I'm going to say, I'm going to fill it with a color, maybe the color yellow, something that's contrasty. I'm going to send it to the back, which is Command Shift left bracket. Here, in fact, let me bring up my keyboard. Oh, where'd it go? Okay, here's my, as I do shortcuts. Command Shift left bracket. Left bracket. Sends to the back. Okay, so now I'm going to do copy, paste in front. And I'm going to make this smaller. And maybe Z is going to have a light color. Copy, paste in front. Animators may have a darker yellow. Programmers, copy, paste in front. And then sound engineers, I can do this. And then I'll format it to make it look prettier. So Command T brings your text editing window, if you remember that. And I'm going to make this bold. We'll make that bold. Make that bold. Maybe Z. And for fun, you can even do things like animators will be the color blue. Programmers will be the color green. Sound engineers could be fuchsia. But of course, you want good contrast, so you got to find the right color. This is a darker yellow on the background, so I make it like a bright green to have better contrast. This is a light background, so I'm gonna make it a darker blue, so it's legible and it's cleaner that way. And if you want to put icons next to them, you're welcome to. Like here, I'll give you a quick example here. If I go online and I'll say program icon, go to images, maybe, I don't know, this says coding kind of, so, but I like the gears too. So whichever one you like, drag and drop it. I'm going to scale it. So the animators have this little logo on it, and then programmers have this other, whatever icon you decide. Sound engineers may have a little speaker icon. Okay, so once you have all of this, the next step, we're almost done. You group it, Command G, so it's all grouped. And then I draw a little circle, let's say right here, whatever color you want. And then I draw a line using this tool right here, your line segment tool. So I draw a line from the center up. I'm holding shift, so it's a nice straight line. And I'm going to color it. I'm going to give it this fill none, but stroke the same color as the circle. and I'll make it a thicker stroke like that. And the last thing, copy, paste in front, another circle like this. And I'll show you why that's important. Now I'm going to group it again. So I'm going to select it all, group it. Now I copy it and I go to, let's say, the game. And I'll hide callouts here. I'm going to create a new layer. And this is what you would be doing on your final project there. And I'm going to call this callout layer. Whatever color you want. I'm going to call it grass green here, this layer. Callout layer. And I'm going to paste it. Command V for paste. Put it down here. I can scale it. If it's way too big, do it nice and small, whatever feels right for you. I'm gonna move it here. And with the white arrow, not the black, the white arrow, I can select the top piece like this and I can move it. See, I can point to wherever I want. And so this one is gonna point to this character, and maybe so it's not overlapping him, I can put him here right next to him. And then the animators, when they see this, or your team, when they see this whole plan here. Okay, this is a whole game level. Then they're gonna see your callouts. Okay, all right, cool. I like this game. You know, now what do we need to do? And your callouts are here. For animators, you need to animate all of this for this character. And then when you get to the villains and you're calling them out, let's say copy, paste in front, and you're calling out this guy here. Then you can talk about health points, right? If you want to get that deep into your callouts, like every time that he kicks, it delivers 10 points of health, or it takes away 10 health points, or half a heart of health point. When he grabs you, he takes away a full heart. And then you can say it takes 2 sword swipes to kill him, or 3 kicks to kill him. But this one, this big blue skeleton right here, this one is more hardy to kill, more difficult. So you have to do the special helicopter kick plus sword swipe plus whatever it is in order to kill this particular character. Or you can use it numerically, right? That you can say a kick delivers 10 attack points. A sword swipe delivers 20 attack points. A helicopter swipe takes away or delivers 50 attack points. And then you can say it takes 40 health points to kill him, or 40 attack points. This one takes 20. So you can have just numerical values for them, and that way whatever kicking, swiping, killing combination that this guy delivers, it'll take 50 points to kill this guy, 100 points to kill this guy. So those are your directions for the game. Now, if you're doing for the animated scene, it'll be something similar. So let's go to Anissa's now, this project here, and I'll paste it. And so for Anissa, or for your animated scenes, you can call out a specific character, and you can talk about animation, things like, remember that, here, let's do one. I think that's the easiest way. All right, so Professor Natalie, animators, please keep in mind the following. Because depending on, the difference here is you're gonna get a script, and there's a specific scene that's happening here. So, but you want to have generic direction. So keep in mind the following: that she parts her hair to the left, not to the right. She always has her hair parted on the left. This is something that that we had to do for my little for Little Mermaid. Her hair, I made a mistake of swapping it, like flipping it or reflecting Little Mermaid, and the art director at that time said to me, "Oh, you know, that's a mistake." And I said, "No, it's like everything's perfect. It's like it fits the scene right. I'm following the direction." They said, "Yeah, but you see how her hair is now parted to the left and not parted to the right. It falls the wrong way." And I remember feeling like I wasn't sensitive enough to the character. I forget what I was working on. It wasn't the movie, but it was like a multimedia piece, like maybe a read-along project. But you're gonna get that, you're working in the animation. It doesn't always have to be an animation piece that you're working on, but you're gonna have multiple projects, and you have to be sensitive to character art. So here's your time to give us a direction. Maybe you can say scar on her right cheek after season 3, episode 4, and you can call it, the big accident. And maybe there was a flashback at some point, or something happened in season 3, episode 4, and there was a big accident. And then after that, she always has this scar on the right cheek. Okay, you're not going to have programmers, but you're going to have sound engineers. Please make sure that, and then you can say something like, she has her refined English, Old English, or England, like Old English accent. She has a wooden leg that makes whatever sound, the like stump sound every time that she walks. And then you can give it special notes too. Like, you can just say notes. And then you can talk about anything in particular that you think would be worth mentioning here. Like, for example, you may have a call out not just for actors, but for what's happening in the scene, or a furniture piece. Like, let's say, I don't know, like this step right here. This step always creaks when it's stepped on. Or this particular book falls every time they slam this door. I don't know why. Maybe it's a running gag that you have. So you can do callouts for, again, not just actors, but items on your scene. Okay, so now it's your turn to do callouts and add them to everything that makes sense. Now, this is optional. Some people, like this particular student, he went above and beyond and he actually created even character bios for his game. You can do this for your animated scene where characters have a little more information and you get to copy and paste this. Okay, this concludes this lesson. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and do your callouts and add them to your final project, and make sure your layers are nicely organized for your project. You should now have you should be well into your designing your game level or your animated scene. You should now have a sprite animation like this, like little animation sheet. And now you're adding callouts. Okay, thank you for watching.